Country CEO back in the house again, man. Look, more game, and more game, right? That's right. That's what I got for y'all. More game on this beautiful day that I'm outside just doing that old deal, walking around with my handheld gimbal. Look, I'm ready to spit game to y'all on today about this dump truck business, right? Right. So look, welcome back to the channel, subscribers, channel members. We salute you. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are in this land of the free, home of the brave, right? All right, so look, got a good one for you today, man, that's near and dear to my heart, right? And this video causes me to praise God and thank God for his gracious acts toward Seek Ye First and Perry Jones Jr. And I'm being serious when I tell y'all this, man. Look, the Lord moved his hand on my business and in my life the other day, y'all. I'm telling you, something serious could have happened, but the Lord himself wouldn't let it be so. He showed the old country CEO some mercy the other day, right? So look, title of this video is $2.50 almost cost me $14,000. That's right, you heard what I said. $2.50 almost cost the country CEO $14,000. And here is how it happened. So on the other day, my driver's out working. I'm at home. Had gotten up, I'm working nights, and I'm doing a little work. Get a call from the driver about 11:30. Say he sees a big puddle. He had dumped the asphalt out in the paver, pulled up. You got to clean your bed out, the bottom of your bed out. Notice a big old puddle of oil just flowing out. He couldn't identify if it was transmission oil or motor oil. Just know it was coming from the driver's side of the truck, going everywhere. So crazy me, and I say crazy me because I actually told him something I shouldn't have told him to do. I said, well, look, man, the mechanic house was probably 10 miles from where he's at. I said, well, try to ease over by the mechanic and I'll let him look at it. He eases off the job, couldn't get 4 miles. The truck stopped pulling. Wouldn't shift out. So he ends up bagging up and having to park in the driveway. I called the mechanic, hey man, we're stuck. We can't get to you. Can you go on over there? Mechanic said, all right, I'm gonna leave out and head over there. All right, so my other driver, which is on the same job, he came and he identified that a plug or something, here it is, had bagged out of the PTO. I need you to get this. A plug had bagged out of the PTO. For those of you that don't know what a plug, we call it a plug, but it's simply a screw that screws in the PTO. And it was on top of the PTO, right? Not even visible to the naked eye, y'all. My other driver, great guy, got up under there trying to identify where the leak was coming from and got to feeling and felt up in the top and identified that's where the oil was coming from. He hurries up and calls me, and I call the mechanic, tell him to hold up because I'm gonna have to go get some oil to bring him some oil, right? So I go to the store, get about 5 gallons of transmission oil because I don't know how much he done lost, right? So we figuring this the problem. All right, obviously we thinking he's just gonna be able to go up to the hardware store or the little store in town, in the next town over, and get a plug, screw it, no big deal, right? You know it don't go just as simple as that, right? Well, he gets over there, looks at the truck, identified, yeah, it's the plug that my driver had said, and he took some pictures of it, let me see it. So meanwhile, I'm doing my homework at home, and this is a nugget here. I'm doing my homework at home. All right, here's a nugget. On those PTOs, typically you have a Muncie or a Chelsea. The red one is a Muncie. If you got a blue one, that's a Muncie. If you got a red one, it's a Chelsea. If I got that backwards, pardon me. I think I got that right though. So it was a Chelsea. All right, watch this. You gotta call the bed people to see which pump they put on your truck. Did you get that? Because here in Louisiana, with our dump trucks, when we send the truck to go get the bed, or should I say when the dealer sends the truck to get the bed put on it, that's the same company that also puts the third axle and the PTO on, right? Because obviously the bed got to let the pump to let the PTO up. So I had to get the tag off the truck, call Oxbody in Fayette, Alabama. Y'all still with me? And trying to ask them, hey, what kind of pump I got on there? I just need a part number. My goal when calling them was just to get a part number and see can I get it local somewhere. So the guy was like, well, I'm gonna have to research that I'll get back with you. He say, send me some pictures. So my mechanic took some pictures of the hole. I sent it to him. So we're waiting. Mechanics say, well, look, in the meantime, I'm going to go see, can I find it at the hardware store? Goes to the hardware store, can't find the plug. They don't have it. I think all he saw was a 4/4 and a 3/8. This thing was somewhere in between. Some kind of strange metrics, right? So we tripping. And mechanic getting ready to like, okay, well, man, we finna get ready here that way. I said, well, hold up, let me make a few calls, you know? He was ready to come back right quick. I'm like, what we gonna do? He was like, we could come back later on. I said, well, hold on before you leave. Let me check out. All right, so I said, well, let me go uptown and see if my hardware store over here and parts store over here got something. So I'm checking around. They didn't have it. Making calls. Finally, I got the call back from the box dealer, right? And so the box dealer tells me, he says, yeah, I found it, man. This is what you need. You need this kind of plug. It's a plug with certain dimensions on it. 0.750-16, y'all, is the dimensions of the plug, which is basically a 3/4 bolt, but the thread width is the kicker. That's what the -16 means. You ain't finding that bolt just anywhere, y'all. So the country CEO tripping at this point. I'm like, oh my God. You know, so some say you better start shooting down there toward the city, toward Baton Rouge, because it's 3 o'clock, things will start closing. So I shot out. I hadn't even called the mechanic back right yet. I got almost a Baker. He calls me. I said, yeah, man, I'm almost a Baker. I got a place that said, think that they have it, which I had called a Stru place. They were familiar with the dimensions, but they didn't. The Stru, y'all, is about that long. He had a Stru that size, but that longer. That wasn't going to work. He said, well, y'all could cut it. Don't know if that going to work. Finally, it crossed my mind. One of my another long-time guys in this business. Shout out to KC, Leroy and Son Truck in Baton Rouge. Been out here about 40 years. Called him, hey, man, because he run Max too. I said, man, look, y'all got Chelsea? Yeah. He said, well, man, call such and such. He gave me about 4 people to call. See, that third call I made, the guy said, well, yeah, I got a bunch of old Chelsea pumps laying out here, but I don't know which one you need. I said, well, I need a plug. He said, well, look, man. He said, I tell you what. He said, man, it's got a place right over on such and such in Baton Rouge. He said, don't plug you need for that pump. He said, you got a part number? I said, yeah, I got a part number. I gave him the part number. He pulls it up. He said, yeah, man, you can get that plug right over at the hose connector place. I said, what? He said, yeah, go over there. I guarantee you they got that plug. Tell them what you're looking for. Before I can get to that place, he had texted me. He found a used one at his place. I said, well, look, I want the used one too, just in case these new ones don't work. He said, well, cool, we about to close. He said, but I'll leave them in the mailbox for you, right? I say, cool. Get over to the hose connector place. Guess what? They had the plug, just like the guy said. $5. And that's the reason for this video. $2.50. I bought 2 plugs. $2.50 a piece. I went on and got an extra one, right? Keep one in the truck, keep one at home, and we put one in the truck. Because I went and got the old one from the guy. I still went and got that old one, y'all, just in case the new ones didn't work. Got to be thinking. Y'all, and that's when it concluded, it hit me. $2.50 almost cost the country CEO $14,000. Now, I know y'all waiting to figure out, well, how did it almost cost him $14,000? But the reason why $2.50 plug almost cost me $14,000 is this. You know, I just put a transmission in the other truck. That's $12,000. If that oil would have continued to run out that truck, y'all, I could have stood to burn that transmission up in that truck. Did you get that? That was going to be another $12,000 for a transmission in this truck, right? The other truck is the one I just put the reman transmission in for $12,000. I'd have been buying another transmission. That's $12,000 right there. But also, if I couldn't have gotten the plug, it was going to cost me $2,000 because I would have missed that night. I'd have missed yesterday, and I would have missed last night, $2,000. So you take the 2 and the 12, and that's $14,000 all day long. $2.50 almost cost the country CEO $14,000. A $2.50 plug, y'all. I'm still 2 days later trying to wrap my head around that, right? And so I'm here to tell you, you got to stay on top of this stuff. But there's no way we would have known that. And all it is, I know somebody's wondering, well, what country CEO, what happened? All it could be is just the vibration vibrated the plug out. That's all it can be. We don't even fool with that. But you know, when you engage that pump, there's a vibration, right? And a lot of pressure on that pump. So yeah, I can see over time it bagging out. So those of you who got the Chelseas with that on your automatic transmission, there's a plug on top. Reach your hand up there and just kind of fool around up there and make sure that that plug is tight, because it almost cost the country CEO. But the man upstairs, He showed me some grace. He showed me some mercy. He wouldn't let it be so. And I'm telling you, y'all, when I tell you he continues to give me favor that I can't explain, it ain't all the time. Watch this now. This is a nugget. This is me going in preacher mode on y'all, right? It ain't always. The blessing is not always, y'all, what he puts in your pocket. Sometimes the blessing is what he allows not to come out of your pocket. Talk, CEO. That's worth the price of this video right there, y'all. It ain't, the blessing ain't all the time what he put in your pocket. Sometimes, man, is what he don't allow to go out of your pocket. And I thank him for it. And that's the title of this video, and that's all I got for y'all. I'm through with y'all. Country CEO, I'm out of here thanking God that he looked out for me once again in my business. Y'all take it easy.